So good posture means good use of the body, and good use of the body, necessary for good voice production, exists when the energy required for a task is just sufficient for the performance of that task. The body is in perfect balance and every part is making a contribution, an equal contribution to the action of the whole. The head is facing out, facing and suspended upwards, so looking out but almost suspended upwards. There's no tension in the shoulder, the neck, the upper body. No raised shoulders. The shoulders are low and relaxed. The spine is straight and feels long. It feels wide at the back area, so there's no collapsing of the ribs. The ribs can widen, the lungs can widen and house all that breath for good voice work. So the spine is elongated. Arms are hanging free and loose. There's no tension there, no tension at all. No clenching of the wrist or the hand, the fist. So you're not thinking, I'll show this class, I'm in control. You're perfectly relaxed. No holding in of the stomach, no unnecessary forced suspension of the stomach muscles or holding in the buttocks. Yes, it may take a few pounds away, but it's going to cause tension there, tension at the back and tension, around the diaphragm. No locking of the knees. The knees are not locked, they're perfectly relaxed. And of course, the weight is evenly distributed between both feet and the feet are a little distance apart. Now I can move in any direction. I could move the feet slightly forward. We call this the cocktail position because it's quite easy to stand like this for a long period of time and welcome people, if you like, into your home. Hello, how lovely to see you. Welcome. How nice of you to come. Think that state, happy, relaxed, welcoming, rather than tense, hostile, defensive. So we're thinking far more open and relaxed. There's no tension of the jaw, no tension of the teeth. Perfectly balanced, perfect relaxed. And you have a relaxed state of mind and you are in control, ready to do all the voice work and inform the class or greet the class or whatever. Remember too that not only is good posture when you're standing or sitting necessary for sustained and healthy voice work, but it's also good for your general well-being. It reduces blood pressure. So good voice use and good health, worth paying attention to. So whilst we're talking about posture, it's worth having a little bit of note about clothing. Now, classrooms, lecture rooms, teaching spaces are notoriously difficult places to keep at a constant temperature. They're quite difficult to heat. Often they are far too cold in the morning and as the day goes on, far too warm, too hot, too uncomfortable. Now, when the body's cold, the blood vessels don't work so well. They contract to maintain body temperature and the muscles don't work as efficiently as they do when they're warm. So the energy is going to conserve the body heat. When it's cold, we tend to rub shoulders together, do this to keep ourselves warm or hunch forward. And of course, this is using unnecessary energy, it's creating tension, and in turn, tension will be, revealed in the vocal area and the way the voice is produced. So to combat this problem, wear layers. Layers are far easier to manage than a really warm, thick, one layer woolly or a very thin t-shirt. Jacket over dress, when it's too warm, the layer, the jacket can be removed. When it's cold, again on. So you're still able to move freely. You can adjust the temperature without resulting to hugging and shrugging. And you look professional and can move around easily. It's worth mentioning though that anything too tight across the chest area will restrict breathing, so make sure whatever you're wearing you can move around easily. Gentlemen, yes, a tie, not too tight, not too tight in the neck. Yes, it has to be in place, but make sure it's you can breathe. The same with belts. gents and ladies, make sure the belt across the waist is not too tight, because it will restrict breathing. It'll restrict the movement of the diaphragm, especially when sitting. Quite often you can feel that uncomfortable feeling if you're wearing something tight and restricted. Think too about heel height. Anything too flat or too high will throw the spine off balance, so a moderately height heel will be sufficient, and again you'll be able to move easily and maintain good posture, balanced and in control. Now remember too, even on a cold day, it's still necessary to sip water to keep the vocal folds moist. So it may be icy outside, it may be snowing, the classroom may be cold, the classroom may be warm, but do remember to take moisture, whatever the temperature.